Good morning, Desert Sands Educational Foundation community and DSUSD community following us on social media. My name is Sean Webb, and I'm the Director of Community Engagement and the Foundation for DSUSD. And you're watching Classroom Conversations. This is, I want to say, episode 26. Yeah, it's amazing that we've gone this far. I'm definitely enjoying the presenting everything great Desert Sands coming out to our communities watching. But I want to go ahead and read over the mission statement for the Desert Sands Educational Foundation, as they're the ones that provide this platform for us to be able to share everything great Desert Sands. The mission statement. The Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. And with that, they do this in partnership with the public and private sectors. Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance the educational experience in the academics, the arts, and the extracurricular activities that engage all students and staff in DSUSD. And we do that with partnering with our community. We do that with partnering with businesses in our community, and we partner with the schools in our community. So when we go ahead and move on here, little issue this morning. Chef Mary is trying to log in. She's having some connectivity issues up in Big Bear. Hopefully she'll be able to join us. But if not, we do have another visitor, and I'm going to bring her on shortly here. But we have the LCAP lady with us who's going to join us. But actually, let's bring on the LCAP lady right now, because I think I got a funny activity that she's going to enjoy taking part. How you doing, Mrs. Wood?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excellent. I like to just say, hey, we're being stream bombed again by the DSUSD Spirit Gal.
That's funny. I love that. Trying to bring spirit, always. It's always about culture and climate.
Most definitely. Now, yesterday, I noticed on your social media that you guys posted some things for Med Services. What did you guys promote on for Spirit for Desert Sands yesterday?
That was a Sandy Hook program. It's Schools Against Violence. And so we wore orange to promote safety and security, and to thank our security department for doing everything that they do to keep us safe.
That is outstanding. You know what? Next time myself, Jan, and Mary have a planning meeting where we're talking about schedule for classroom conversations, I'm going to definitely key you in on that, because you definitely have some days and appreciation holidays and so forth that I don't have a hook on. You know, I don't know about. So I definitely want to include you on that. So
I can add you to our calendar.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. Yeah, most definitely. I see that Chef Mary's trying to join us. So I'm going to bring her on screen here because I want her to see this next piece, because I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Good morning, Chef Mary. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Technical. I'm on my cell phone, so technical, whatever.
Okay. Well, you look great and you sound great. So thank you for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome.
So I want to share with both you guys, I'm doing my part for the community. I'm doing my part as the Director of Community Engagement. And yesterday, I went through the Indio Fairgrounds. I signed up online and I took a COVID test. And I want to share with you guys that whole process. And bear with me, because you will see, this may be a little bit TMI, but bear with me. This is kind of fun. So they're kind of driving up there. Not a lot of traffic
here. Put my ID for them.
There was only 2 cars when I pulled up there, so it's pretty fast process.
So I just did the initial check-in. They made sure that I had an appointment. They checked my ID, and they are just checking right now for my file. But pretty easy and simple so far. Just myself and just one other car there. All right, I'll go to lane number 1 to verify some information. It's a pretty quick process so far.
This, from the start to finish, the whole thing was about 10 minutes.
Well, it looks like it included a driving test as well.
Just did my check-in right now. We're going to come back to instruct.
Yeah, well, you got to watch out for those cones, definitely.
Leave the track while they do take my.
They have such the sense of humor in that tent too. The lady was joking with me.
No double dipping. There we go.
Because I asked her, could you do both nostrils?
That's what you got fabulous on. Do that. Let me know when I gotta pull it down.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna take a picture of that.
You know, as a director of community engagement, I try to give full community engagement here, right?
Okay. All right, just finished up. As you can see, I'm a little teary-eyed here, but yeah, they gave me some paperwork. I should have information within 2 days. If I don't have it, they give me a phone number to call. So there we go. There's my test.
Yeah, so that was yesterday. It was definitely an interesting process. Have either of you ever had the flu test before?
Oh,
So it's the exact same test. It's the same process when they do the flu test. Actually, I think with the flu test, they hit the back of my skull. This one didn't go as far. Yeah. No, but like I said, I'm just doing my part. I hike with Linda Evans in the morning, and she shares, you know, the more people that we have to go ahead and test negative, the better chances we have of getting out of the purple.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, right? So we're here for the next 3 weeks. Let's hope that we can move out of that zone, which would be fantastic. But Chef Mary, I'm going to go ahead and continue on the rest of the show here. You know, we're lucky to have Mrs. Wood with us. As I said, she's the spirit gal. So we're going to keep her on with us today as we talk about everything social media going on, as well as Campfest coming up.
okay, great.
All right. So let me pull up our screen here. And, oh, wrong one. There we go. So, Kristen, I'll share with you our newest development. Chef Mary is one of our board members for the foundation now. And with that, we've been talking about Campfest. And we just launched our official website last week. And we shared about it the other day. But on our official website, it talks about the event. It's going to be a complete virtual event this year. I know that when you were at Shadow Hills and when you were at Page, your students definitely participated in this event. And I'll show you some social media that's going out today. And I think you'll recognize the student. But this talks about our event here. It talks about where you can donate, become a sponsor, talks about who our host is, which is obviously the foundation. This is our marquee event. But look at this. This is what, unfortunately, we have to take from being there physically and bring it to this atmosphere. So we're going to be doing that. But it's going to be a very exciting event. With that being said, that's our website. Let me show you the official Campfest. It was the Instagram page. And this here is some of the great pictures from previous years. These are some singers and talented students from our high schools that participate, and they're actually in some of the garage bands that are out throughout the desert and so forth. Here's some of our elementary students are partaking. If you notice, they're all playing those recorders there, Mary. Those recorders are all supplied by the Desert Sands Educational Foundation.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
And we, Kristen, you'll love this, and you could share this with Ed Services. We just ordered 800 more.
Oh, wow.
So all of the students at Ford Elementary School picked up a recorder, and they're learning to play the recorder, and they're learning music during this time right now.
That's awesome.
We that spread like rapid, wildfire. So other teachers are now requesting them. So we ordered 800 more. They've been dropped off with our foundation board. We're getting them labeled, and we're going to get them out to school sites so we can continue the arts being learned right now at home.
That is awesome. I know my kids love the recorders. We have some recorders at home.
Yeah. No, it's funny how we post about it, and some of our families really, really love it. And there's, the occasional families are saying, why did you send them home with a recorder?
Hey, it's better than drums.
Exactly. Better than drums. My brother-in-law plays the drums, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But there it is. Campfest, the official event, is going to go December 6th to the 12th at 6 o'clock each evening. We'll be posting in a live format on StreamYard with the event and so forth. And oh, geez, look, we got some comments here. Okay. Oh, so Mary Perry's on the Desert Sands Facebook page, and she said that the process that just looked disgusting when they put the thing up my nose. So that's kind of funny. Thank you, Mary Perry, for that. Too funny. But I want to go ahead and continue on their social media here with looking at our page here. Let me back out of this real quick. But so this is our social media page. This is our Facebook page for Desert Sands. And on it, I want to say thank you to the viewers here who are watching us. If you look here in the last month, our outreach has gone up 50%. So that means that you guys are really valuing the information that we're presenting to you, and we'll continue doing that. Our engagements, that's even more, 75%. That's gone up tremendously. And then our page likes. And I'll tell you, Mrs. Wood, since we started presenting in social media in this virtual format all the time with live information going out, Jan told me we went from 2,000 followers to over 4,000 followers. So we've grown it over, was that over 100% in this time frame. Yeah, pretty awesome. And, we'll continue to present this information, definitely. We had the school board meeting. I know that you're aware of what happened at the school board meeting. I'll just share real quick with our families. But basically, hybrid learning to start as early as January 19th, no earlier than that. And that's pending the county guidelines and so forth. Small group instruction, including athletics, will start up as soon as next week. I've seen it on all the high schools in our district so far on their social media. They're all excited to get back for all the different sports that are going to take place this year. So those are the things moving forward right now. And that was voted on by the school board and passed. So that was covered by the Desert Sun, and we shared that as well. Yesterday, I got to visit over with Tiffany Norton over at Dr. Carry-On. You may not know this, Mrs. Wood, and I'll tell you, Chef Mary, who's back with us. My first place that I purchased out here was right across the street from Dr. Carry-On at Summer Breeze.
Oh.
And when I first lived here, I would ride my bike on this vacant field, which is now Dr. Carry-On Elementary School.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But she was telling me they got 175 families that come every Monday and Wednesday for meals. That's more than, a third of their population. So that's awesome. She would love to see that number go up more. But you know what? Anybody under the age of 18 in that community should be there, right? Mary, I'll tell you, we're going to have on Tuesday with us Dan and Carlos from Nutritional Services. You're going to talk a little bit more about the meals program too. Give some more statistics and numbers.
Oh, I like that program as well. I always like to hear what's coming up. So I got my technical difficulties straightened out. I'm not sure what it was, but
I'm glad you're back with us, Chef Mary.
I know. All of a sudden it said you're not connected, and then your browser isn't working, and so I moved to another room. And now it's working.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Good morning, Mrs. Woods. How are you?
Good. How are you? I told Mr. Webb that, boy, it's going to be tough not to have conversations about lemon curd and lemon buttercream frosting. I might have to pick your brain if we have some time later.
Yes.
And lastly here, I'll share on our social media, the county has seen they need it and we need it. So they're offering opportunities to have college essays done on October 22nd, November 5th. And this is information that we're pushing out, right? So the county shares it with us, and then it goes to our communication department through Jan and Mary, and then we push it out. But these opportunities are here. They started off with this with just having one workshop, and then it's grown because they see that there's a demand for it. But we got some people here commenting. Let's see here. We got a little shout out here.
Well, hi.
And then Chef Mary, we got a shout out as well.
Good morning. Hello.
And then, you got to love it when Deputy Contreras says hello.
Oh.
Where's Rick? Oh, my gosh. Miss those guys.
Always for Deputy Contreras around, most definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, you know what? I just went over the social media, what we got going on here for the week. Now, we've got the LCAP lady here. Kristen, Mrs. Wood, what is the LCAP lady? Can you help us understand what that's all about? Because Chef Mary's tired of all these acronyms.
Oh yeah, that's another one. I don't know.
Well, with the pandemic, when I first got the position, it was the learning continuity and attendance plan, and the actual LCAP is the local control and accountability plan. So they didn't want to confuse LCAP being replaced with the LCAP. So we start calling it the LCP. And that's really focused on how we're prioritizing our supports for student success during COVID. But we are now starting our regular process of meeting with our stakeholders and getting feedback from everybody for our regular 3-year LCAP plan. So we have our Panorama surveys that are going to start in November.
And just in an elevator speech, if you could tell Mary, what does the LCAP plan do? what is it? Like,
It
what do we use it for?
Yeah, it helps us focus on all of our priorities for student success. So support goal 1 is supporting student learning and making sure that they have the support so they're successful with state and federal assessments. Goal number 2 is the college, career, and life readiness. And goal number 3 is culture and climate.
Okay.
So Chef Mary, anything that we do within the district has to align with one of those. So anything that we spend, anything that we do with Classroom Conversation has to align with those goals and so forth.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Programs and initiatives and spending and
you name it. It all comes back to the LCAP plan.
And then we get all of the feedback and information from all stakeholders. So when we talk about all stakeholders, that's students and staff and teachers and family and community members and everybody that's here within the district.
And speaking of feedback, would this be a good time to go ahead and show that slide that you sent me?
Sure.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull that up here. And if you could maybe walk us through this.
All right. So this is a flyer that's going to go out. Our lovely ladies, Mary Perry and Jan Diaz, are going to send this out in Peach Jar today at the end of this classroom conversation. It's a flyer to let everybody know what the Panorama surveys are for this year. We originally kept the same timeline that we normally do. So in November, the survey is for families, and in December, we'll be collecting feedback from students and teachers. And in January, it'll be collecting information from everybody, all of our community members.
Okay, that's excellent that you guys have reached out to get the information of our families and so forth. And I'm, with 27,000 students, I'm glad that we give a good time for people to enter that information.
Yes, and the surveys are going to be sent to the families through their email addresses through the parent and student view. So if we need to collect your email, make sure that you're contacting your school so that we can have accurate email addresses for the families.
Okay, excellent. And that starts November 2nd.
Yes.
And then
so why would you guys want to participate in this? And this kind of, Chef Mary, is kind of what we've touched on with the LCAP. It's really, we're collecting all of that information. We want to lift up the thoughts and feelings and voices of all of our stakeholders so that we can provide the best education that we possibly can for student success. And so that the LCAP, again, like I said, talks about the assessments and the culture and climate, the college and career readiness. So we're trying to collect information about relationships and academic learning and school connectedness, school belonging. And so we capture all of that within these surveys.
I see. That's interesting.
And Mary, like we said, we get this information from students, we get it from families, and we get it from community members. The more information, the more data that we have, the better that we can better serve our families.
And then we take that information to our committee meetings and we analyze it and are able to say, okay, this is what we can do to help support student learnings, scaffolding, anything that we do within the district and on our school sites to help with that.
Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting.
And then?
So to find more information, you'll go to the district homepage, and there's a tab at the top that says About DSUSD. You're going to click on that, and then that'll take you to the LCP LCAP, where you'll see all the information. You'll see all the templates that we've put together that really identifies and spells out how we've done our different programs, initiatives, the spending, everything that we're doing to support student success.
And how that directly relates with the foundation, Mary, is I'll tell you, I'm applying for a grant right now for specific PPE for musical instruments, bell covers, disposable covers like over microphones and horns and so forth. And a lot of times with these grants, they want to see a district match. So what I did is I called up Mrs. Wood and I said, hey, Mrs. Wood, I'm applying for this grant for $16,000 for boom, 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 boom. Where can we show as a district match of what's happening? And she directed me right to this document. I was able to go right to the page, the PDF number, and be able to present that in the grant and provide a direct link so they could see exactly how we're being matched if we get those funds.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And those priorities, that our priorities aligned. And that was in the in-person offerings. So it was kind of fun to dive into that and show Sean, this is what we do and this is how we do it. So
I had no clue.
what the process is of creating, this really important document that kind of, guides us and leads us in everything that we do with education.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, as I'm part of that team that helped give the information for that, but I never really looked and absorbed and knew where to find all that information. So thank you very much. And
all of that's changing now.
Exactly. Most definitely. Everything's changing now with everything going on. Most definitely. So Mary, you have any questions about what we've been talking about with what LCAP is and so forth?
No, I think it's an incredible program. I mean, I think what I find kind of interesting, I think you and I have talked about this before, is the ability to have instant information at your hands so that you're working on a project and you've got a timeline and you can just go directly to one of these sites and it takes you out of that rebuilding all that information. It's already there.
Most definitely. And we're going to kind of wrap it up here with Mrs. Wood. Mrs. Wood, you were gracious enough to give your contact information as well as your Instagram and Twitter information. Thank you very much for that. It's been a pleasure having you on, and I hate to say it, I'm going to keep on inviting you here. You are the spirit gal. You do have the pulse and the beat of what's going on in here via culture. And I hate to say it, I've been here just over a year. You've been here like, 30 days, and you already got that on me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun to work with you again. We had so much fun working together at Page. We were kind of a dynamic duo over there, so it's fun to be back and establish our connections. We have a lot in common with both of our jobs, so it's going to be fun to work with you.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much.
And I always love seeing Chef Mary. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, and Krista, this morning I got up at 6 o'clock because I had to do these cake pops. So when you started talking about lemon curd, I go, there's no time limit on Culinary and when you start it. I thought I had 50 of them to do because I'm going to a dinner party tomorrow night and I'm required to bring dessert.
That's awesome.
So I have a social distancing correct dessert to bring.
That's a great one. And they're so fun. Everybody loves cake pops.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're dirt simple. Everyone just thinks they're. I mean, I got up at 6 o'clock and I was done by 6:30. I baked them yesterday, and you just kind of have fun with them. You just have to make sure that you do it properly so it stays together.
Yeah.
I had a fun time probably when your son was in Culinary, but I didn't help your son, but coming down and making cake pops with the students before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually were the ones that showed me how to do it. I'd never even heard of a cake pop before. And then we came into the classroom and we had something that was a disaster we made. And they go, we can make cake pops out of this. And I just went, oh, yeah, sure, this is going to be a disaster. Oh, my gosh, they just took it over.
Oh, no, I think that might have been the same time. It was the first time I ever made buttercream. And I don't know about you, Kristen, Mrs. Wood, whenever you make buttercream, have you ever made it like in the 5-pound range?
Oh.
I had to do it for
yeah,
because we were making enough buttercream, I think, for like the winter ball or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did that great big. We used to call that it was called the wife beater or something like that. That big vat.
Oh.
Well, that's what we call it in the kitchens. It was like you have a paddle that's like this big.
Yeah, like an extra large KitchenAid.
Oh my God! It is. You can stand in it.
Yeah.
Well, we had two. One you couldn't stand in it, but that one always, if you didn't watch how it was turned off, which a lot of times the students didn't turn it off, and you throw confectionery sugar in there and all that stuff to make buttercream, and it would go on automatically. And I was just covered head to toe with.
You gotta love social media. I just got a notification that DSUSD just tweeted it out, and I want to make sure to highlight that and give an opportunity for our families to talk to their students about this and have them talk to their teachers. Goldfish Bowl is an opportunity right now.
Oh.
Yeah, Goldfish Bowl is going on right now, and there's a time frame. We've got about a week left to go ahead. actually a little bit more than a week for people to go ahead and submit their applications. So for families that are watching right now, the Goldfish Bowl is an innovative opportunity for students and teachers to work together for an opportunity to get up to $3,000 to fund a project for the school that'll better their school. That's thinking outside the box, but inside the box. So please check out dsusd.us for that. And like I said, you gotta love social media. I got a notification that came out, so I want to make sure to have that information shared again. I know Mary and I were talking about Goldfish Bowl last week, and I'll definitely have some videos of past projects to share with you guys about some of those things and so forth. So Mrs. Wood, if maybe you want to talk to your kids about something innovative and creative, have them talk to their teachers, and could be an opportunity of $3,000 for their classroom.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. But Mrs. Wood, I know you're busy. I'm going to go ahead and I'll let you go.
All right, thank you guys.
You have a great day, and like I said, I'll be calling on you sometime in November. Beware. All right, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
Well, Mary, well, I'm so happy that we were able to figure out your technology and have you come on with us.
I know it was crazy. It wouldn't let me connect, and it said I was hooked to something else. And one of my other conference calls I have is with that Microsoft team, and I think maybe it was trying to hook into that because.
Okay, I got it. It could be fighting one another. Seriously, I've had that issue on my laptop. I accidentally put on Microsoft Teams on my my laptop, and just for one meeting. And as you know who it is, it was with our friend Kelly over at ACS. And after doing that, I had such issue that I had to take my laptop over to tech. But
yeah, this one just kept trying to come in, and I couldn't figure it out until finally it was there.
Okay.
And then I clicked out of it. So then my cell phone wouldn't let me be. If I turned it on the side, it was upside down. So it's been one of those. But otherwise than that, it's nice and cold up here. Someone told me that on Monday we're supposed to be like at 19 degrees up here in the morning.
So I'll tell you, Tara and I are coming up to Big Bear this weekend. We're coming out with my mom and stepdad. We're going to have a good time, and we're looking forward to that. But I'm pulling out clothing because of the forecast that I've not worn for a very long time, Chef Mary. It says snow for one of the days.
I know. It's like, no, I'm not ready for that yet. It's snowing.
Yeah, but you know what? I just found the tweet, and I want to make sure to pull it up here. Like I said, you got to love technology, and I was able to find it. This is all about the Goldfish Bowl here, right? So this is the opportunity. The application is due November 2nd, like I said, about 10 days from now. The application's all online. Here is the application. It's kind of cool. It's an online form. You just kind of go through. It'll record your email address because we need to obviously know who you are. Here's the criteria. It talks about the point system. It's a 100-point system. And then here's the time frame. The idea is that we need to submit this by November 2nd, so then it can be reviewed by our sharks in the Goldfish Bowl. Yep. And then we will go ahead and have a live presentation on December 16th. And we'll be doing that via StreamYard. And that's when we'll invite people on and so forth. But this is all an online digital process. So what's really cool is our judges, Mary, as soon as we get people submit their projects, so they just fill out their name, the school, the team members in the project, as well as then they just add their video. That's it. And it can't be more than 3 minutes. Then what we do is we share all those documents. So you just get an email and say, hey, you've got 10 submissions, 15 submissions to review. You as the judge, we send you the form, you rate them out, and we're doing it all electronic. So our judges necessarily don't even have to be in the Coachella Valley. They could be anywhere.
Oh, that's really good. So you get some diversification with it.
Exactly.
Now, this month is just flying by. So November the 2nd is what? Right around the corner?
Yeah, it's right around it's right around the corner. I see your face. I agree completely.
I know. I'm looking at my map just like going, have I already got to the end of the month?
Yeah, it's October 22nd. Unreal.
Oh, yeah. I see it there. Yeah, because I have 2 days I haven't crossed off. So we need to get just hopping on the bandwagon, get that stuff together.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping that we get some good opportunities for people to apply and so forth, and they can, $3,000 can help any classroom, can help any school. Right
Sure.
Now. Yeah. Definitely.
So, Fran, when you went down to get your test, do you have to be a resident of Riverside to get a test at that site?
So that great question. I'll tell you, I went on the Riverside County website. I filled out my information. They took my phone number. They took an ID number off of my driver's license. Press send. Got the email saying come here tomorrow at 10:30. I was there 10 minutes before, and I was done by 10:35.
Oh, well, that's really good. That's really, really good. Because I know they're trying to get your numbers back up again, huh?
Yeah, we need to get our negativity numbers, right? We need to show more negatives and so forth. So, like I said, I'm going to do my part, and if need be, I'll go back again next week. But I want to make sure to lead by example here. I'm making sure to wear a mask anywhere I go. I've got my hand sanitizer here right at my desk. When I'm out in public in the district office here, I've got anytime I leave my office, I have these types of things on, right? So I'm just trying to do my part, and they're needing people to test more and show that our positivity rate is lower, and show so I just want to make sure to do my part for that. Definitely.
Yeah, I talked with my sister in New York this morning or yesterday for quite a while, and they seem to be holding on pretty well.
Oh, good.
Although they're they dumped about 5 more states that they can't travel from to New York.
Yeah. My brothers talk about that as well. My older brother's in upstate New York, as we've shared before, lives probably 20 minutes away from your sister.
I know. And, we're supposed to go home November the 16th. So it's about a month from now.
Yeah.
And we're already starting to go. This is the 3rd trip that we haven't been able to make.
Right.
So I'm going to call the airlines and just ask them what are our options, because apparently the restriction is flying into Rochester, not Buffalo, which is interesting.
Okay. I'm not sure what that'll look like. Yeah, good luck with that. Definitely. I know that.
Are there any other news about this kids going back to school?
So we talked about that earlier. I'll share real quick. The school board made a decision on Tuesday, and January 19 is when we will go back. Not go back, but we'll go to hybrid learning with K-12. And starting as early as next week, we'll have small group instruction for special needs students, and then we'll have athletics start up in small groups. And as I was sharing with Mrs. Wood, she was at Shadow Hills High School. She was a parent at Shadow Hills. She's a parent at Shadow Hills now. She's a parent at La Quinta High with some of her children. So she knows the high school life. And we were talking about how as soon as that board approval went through, all of the athletic teams in our district put out posts on social media. All excited about practices. So we were talking about this. So everybody's, excited for some normalcy and so forth. Yeah. But that's our time frame that they adopted, and that's the time frame that we hope that we're able to move through pending county guidelines and so forth. One of the things they did share during the school board meeting, which I didn't know this, depending on like red zone, purple zone, whatever it may be, small group instruction is still allowed because it is small group instruction.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We don't have hundreds of students on campus, thousands of students on campus. Like at La Quinta High, we had close to 3,000 students when we were there.
Right.
We won't have that now. We're going to have small pockets of students in areas of the campus. Okay, so it's not like we're on full blown. It's just small groups.
Oh, I see.
And then, one of the things I might do is after they get this done for about a week, I'll invite some of our athletic directors. I know Coach Reese would love to see him, and I'll ask Coach Salazar, Coach Shipley. And I haven't met the new athletic director over at Shadow Hill, so maybe we'll invite them on to see what athletics in small groups is looking like. I know I would love to have the coaches themselves, but I know that they're just itching at the bit to get to practice, so I don't want to bother them. But I'll definitely see if we can get some time with some athletic directors so we can see what that looks like.
Yeah, that would be kind of great to see. Let people know what's going to happen, because that athletic group, it was well attended, and it was really part of the whole school spirit.
Oh, definitely.
To be there and to get the kids all together and to create that camaraderie.
Yep.
And I think for the kids the students that want to be, athletic players, football, basketball, or whatever, it has to be sort of a downer, that they're not playing, and they have this whole buddy system.
Right.
So that'll be good.
So one of the things I will share that I was told by our by our support services department, Laura Fisher's division. So their teachers in the small group instruction, they're working with our severely special needs students. Okay, so these are students that are they don't have the basic abilities that like Maddie has and so forth, or that Brooklyn has and so forth. So one of the things that they asked the foundation to be on the lookout for and potentially raise funds for, which we've written grants for specialized PPE, is they need shields like this, but in addition, it's like a drape that comes down, a cloth that comes down to protect the teacher, okay, or protect the paraeducator. Or what they can do is those teachers can then also go in the classroom if they have a shield like that, which they are recommending for those types of teachers and so forth, that they have to be in like this.
Oh, wow.
But to bypass having this on, they have these types of masks with the shield that comes down. So that's where I've been working with Dr. Mario Walker over in special education, where we wrote a grant to potentially purchase more of those types of things for our teachers. But I do know that our district is already moving forward with getting those types of things. As the foundation, we're writing these grants to have some backups and so forth.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, because as a foundation, we do things to supplement the district. We don't, supply it, we supplement.
Okay.
So we're hoping to have, in addition to maybe a teacher having one or two or whatever the criteria was that I know Mr. Aquino talked about at our last board meeting, but we're hoping to give some extras. So hopefully.
So is that the special ed, that's all children K through 12?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much?
And it's on a voluntary basis. If a family does not want to send their child right now, they don't have to. It's all on a voluntary basis. But they are having distance learning as well.
So what is going to be your holiday break for Thanksgiving then?
It's the entire week.
A whole week?
Yeah, it's the entire week as it has been. Yep.
So they'll go back for a week and then they'll be out a week probably.
Well, with small group instruction, yeah, a small group.
Okay.
They'll get a small taste of it and so forth. But no, I just want to give you a little heads up. So I said Tuesday we're going to be in here with nutritional services. You're going to get to meet one of the nutritional services managers. You know Mr. Capello, and you met him, the director of the whole division. But we're going to meet one of the managers who's actually my neighbor. He lives around the block from me, Carlos, and he's going to talk about how nutritional services has changed completely, and how the staffing and because of COVID and what they have to do with the people coming in. Because as you know, as Mr. Capello said, 27,000 students, that's a lot of meals to supply. And that's a lot of meals to pack. Yeah. And they're going to talk about what that looks like. And I got some footage that I'm going to share with everybody too, of what that looks like in packing thousands of meals from Desert Sands Nutritional Services Department. So we'll do that on Tuesday.
You'll have to share that Lucille Ball when she's doing all the chocolates.
I was thinking of that, and I was also thinking of Laverna Shirley.
Oh yeah, I mean those things are like. Sometimes I think we need to find some humor in all of this as well to kind of to keep it serious but lighten it up a little bit.
Yep.
To sit out and laugh and kid around about stuff and still know that it's serious and not blow it off, but.
Right.
I always think about that Lucy Ball thing every time we were doing Plate Up.
Oh yeah. Too funny. Well, Chef Mary, I'm going to go ahead and wrap us up here. I'll meet with you backstage here in a second.
Okay, you have a great day and I'll see you later.
You got it. Well, there you have it. Sean Webb, your Director of Community Engagement, wrapping up Classroom Conversations, episode 26. As I shared, we're on Tuesday. We're going to have nutritional services in here to talk a little bit more about what's going on with the meal distribution and what that's going to look like with the small group instruction, as well as what it's going to look like when we go to hybrid learning in January. Before I wrap it up, I do want to give a little plug. I have here, these are, and I'm going to be distributing them, all of them this morning. They'll be sent out in district mail. These are all of the certificates for Recognize It from the month of September. And for the summer months, we had over 280 people give nominations for Recognize It. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get these out to all of our staff that received them from the summer months as well as in September. October is wrapping up. You can still go ahead and nominate one of your staff members for DSUSD Recognize It. You can go right to our website to access that. And we want to thank our partners from CD Harvest Box who are sponsoring that for us this year. And I see that we have a question from one of our viewers here. I want to go ahead and put that out there. Mr. Contreras, Deputy Contreras, what options are there to donate money to the Desert Sands Educational Foundation? And the Desert Sands Educational Foundation, Deputy Contreras, you can go to our website, www.desertsandsef.org. as well as I'm going to go ahead and put up this banner here. If you want to go ahead and immediately do something right now, let's see here. We have a text to donate option. And you can text DSEF to that phone number there, and it will go ahead and prompt you immediately to direct you to our website, and it will go ahead and give you options to donate. So if you'd like to do that, you can do that right there. And it also has the option if you want to do something, you know, if you're really feeling ambitious, you can do something weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever you'd like. You can all set it up through our text to donate option that we have provided by the foundation this year. But this is Sean Webb, your Director of Community Engagement in the Foundation, signing off for episode 26. We'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great day.